Your voice is not just a sound, it's your power, your soul's fingerprint, a unique expression. No one else in this world can replicate. Your voice has the capacity to stir emotions, ignite change, and build bridges across oceans of misunderstanding. Yet so many let their voices shrink into silence, swallowed by fear, doubt, or the assumption that what they say doesn't matter. But here's the truth. It does matter more than you will ever know. The world has enough echoes. What it needs is your original sound, your truth, your raw, unfiltered experience. Because someone out there is waiting to hear exactly what you have to say, your story, your struggle, your hope, your resilience. These are not trivial. These are the threads that bind the human race in one vast tapestry of connection. Every time you choose silence over speaking up, you delay healing, you delay change, you delay truth being born into a world starving for it. Speaking up doesn't always mean shouting. It doesn't always mean confrontation. It means expressing who you are. It means telling someone you love them when you're scared. It means saying no when your boundaries are violated. It means asking for help when the darkness inside grows too loud. It means standing up for someone who's been silenced too long. It means breaking generational cycles with a sentence, a whisper, a scream, or even a single breath of defiance. Every movement that ever shook the world began with a voice. Rosa Parks said, "No," and the world listened. Martin Luther King Jr. dreamed aloud and millions woke up. Malala spoke, and the bullets of oppression could not stop her. When you use your voice, you declare, "I exist, I matter, I will not be erased, I will not be dismissed, I am here and you will hear me." So why don't we speak? We fear rejection. We fear being wrong, being ridiculed or misunderstood. We fear being seen fully because that makes us vulnerable. And yet in that vulnerability lies our true strength. You can't connect to others from behind a mask. You connect when your truth meets theirs, raw and real and trembling with courage. This world has shamed us into silence, trained us to conform and to please. We are taught to lower our heads to stay in line, to be agreeable. Not too loud, not too bold, not too honest. But greatness was never born from agreement. It was born from defiance. From someone saying, "I don't care if you like it. I must say it. I don't care if I stand alone. I must stand at all," because silence never protected the oppressed. It only protected the oppressor. Your voice is your sword, your shield, your compass, your legacy. Silence may feel safe, but it is a slow erasure of your soul. We were not born to be invisible. We were born to be heard, to be felt, to shake the air with our truth and let the ripples reach those still too afraid to speak. Your voice can be a light, a lifeline, a liberation. You may not change the world with a single sentence, but you can begin a ripple that travels through generations. Words have started revolutions, saved lives, restored broken spirits, and healed ancient wounds. And your words, your voice has that power too. Don't let the noise of the world drown out your inner truth. Don't let critics and cynics make you believe your voice is too small. The truth is, there are no small voices, only small platforms. And those can be built brick by brick every time you choose to speak your truth. Your voice is not for everyone, and that's okay, because the ones who need to hear you will find you. And for them, you will be the voice they never knew they needed. We often wait for permission to speak, for someone to say, "It's your turn now." But hear me clearly, you don't need permission. The mic is already in your hand. You were born with it. Speak before the world writes your story. Without you, speak before regret becomes your silent companion. Speak so you can breathe freely without choking on unspoken words. Speak even if your voice shakes, because shaking is still movement, and movement is still progress. Even if your voice trembles, that tremble could be the sound of courage being born. No one ever changed the world by staying silent, and you won't either. Your voice is not just for grand speeches or stages. It's for everyday moments that shape lives. It's for the friend who needs your honesty, for the child who needs your affirmation, for the stranger who needs your kindness, for yourself who needs your truth. When you suppress your voice, you betray the very core of your being. You dim your light in a world already dark with indifference. Don't just exist, speak, breathe, roar, whisper truth into the corners of this world that have only known lies. If your voice has been silenced before, if someone told you it was too loud, too much, too emotional, too angry, too soft, too naive, too anything, let this be your reminder. Their opinion is not your identity. Your silence is not your destiny. You were made to rise. Your voice is a muscle. It grows stronger the more you use it. And yes, it might hurt at first. The world might resist it. But speak anyway, speak, because healing starts there. Speak because freedom lives there. Speak because someone somewhere is silently begging to hear someone like you. Be real, be bold, be loud, be soft, but above all, be true. Your voice is your power. Use it wisely, fiercely, consistently, and never ever let it die in your throat. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until the moment is gone. Speak up while your heart still beats, while your lungs still breathe, while your soul still burns with the desire to be known. Speak, because silence has never rewritten history, but voices have so raised yours. Even if you whisper at first, the whisper becomes a word. The word becomes a message. The message becomes a movement, and the movement becomes the change the world so desperately needs. You are not invisible. You are not voiceless. You are not powerless. You are the storm, the silence, fears. You are the dawn. After the longest night, you are the song the world forgot how to sing. You are the revolution wrapped in a single breath of courage. Your voice matters, not tomorrow, not later, but now. Speak up, because the world can't afford your silence any longer. When you decide to speak, you don't just change your life. You give others the permission to do the same. You become the living proof that fear can be broken. That silence is not destiny. That one voice can light 1,000 others. Courage is contagious, and every word you say that rises from truth becomes fuel for those still waiting for their moment. Your voice is not noise, it is meaning, and meaning is what saves this broken world. Too many suffer in silence because they believe no one will understand. But when you speak, you say, I understand too, and in that moment the walls of isolation crack a little. We have taught ourselves to be silent in the name of peace, but peace that costs you your soul is not peace. It's prison. You must reclaim your voice from the cage of politeness, from the chains of conformity, from the poison of self-doubt. There is a sacred fire in your throat. Use it. Speak until the walls tremble with truth, until lies no longer feel safe in the light of your honesty. Your voice was not given to you by accident. It is part of your divine design. It is how the universe sings through you, how the generations that came before echo in your breath, and how the ones yet to come will remember you. Not by what you had, but by what you said. The most powerful words are not always eloquent. They are real, raw, messy, full of human emotion. The voice of a mother praying over her child, the voice of a teacher who believes in the student. No one else noticed the voice of a stranger who says, I see you, I hear you, I care. Your voice can be protest or poetry, battle cry or lullaby, a boundary or a bridge. But whatever it becomes, let it never be silence again, even if the world has tried to quiet you before. Even if you've been mocked, ridiculed, dismissed, told to shut up or calm down. Hear this, your truth is sacred, your voice is sacred. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect words, the perfect audience. Perfection is a lie used to delay courage. Say it now, even if your grammar falters, even if your voice cracks. Even if you don't have all the answers, speak, because the silence is costing more than your comfort. It is costing lives, truths, dreams, revolutions that never took flight. You do not owe the world silence. You owe it. Your fire, your clarity, your conviction. Every moment you swallow your truth, a piece of you dies, but every moment you speak it, you are reborn new, stronger, bolder, freer. No more waiting for the right time. The time is now. No more apologizing for being passionate, for feeling deeply, for caring too much. Your voice is not too much. It is exactly what this world needs. Speak, not just when it's easy, but when it's terrifying, when it could cost you everything. Because sometimes the cost of silence is even greater. We remember those who spoke when it mattered, when it hurt, when it was dangerous. Their courage carved freedom from oppression. Their voices echoed into history, not because they were perfect, but because they were true. You are not just speaking for yourself. You are speaking for the ones who can't, the ones who lost their voice to violence, to trauma, to injustice, and your voice can be the echo that brings theirs back to life. Every time you speak up, you chip away at the walls of indifference, at the systems built to mute the masses, at the fears that keep people small. You do not need to shout to be heard, but you must speak with your soul, with your scars, with your light, with your story. People will disagree. They will try to silence you again. Not because you're wrong, but because your voice disrupts their comfort. But your purpose was never to fit into their comfort. It was to break open new truth and build new futures. Don't fear the resistance. It means your voice has impact. You were not meant to blend in, to speak like everyone else, to echo the same safe scripts. You were meant to set the mic on fire, to let your breath become a song of freedom, to be a voice that doesn't just talk, but transforms. Speak not just for applause, but for awakening. Not just to be heard, but to make others feel seen. You never know the life your voice might save the soul. It might heal the heart. It might soften the chain. It might break someone. Somewhere is waiting for someone like you to speak for the first time. Don't let them wait any longer. Be the voice you wish someone had been for you when you were silent and afraid. Be the roar that drowns out doubt. Be the whisper that reaches the forgotten. Be the truth that lights the dark. You will stumble. You will be afraid. Sometimes your voice will fail you, but you will rise again and again. Stronger, clearer, louder, because once you've tasted the power of your truth, you can never go back to silence. So speak when you're certain and speak when you're unsure. Speak when the room is full and when you're standing alone. Speak not to convince, but to reveal, not to win, but to free, not to perform, but to live. Speak, and then keep speaking until your voice becomes an anthem for every soul still silenced by fear. Your voice matters, not because it is perfect, but because it is yours. And in a world full of copies, your authenticity is the revolution. Speak because the clock is ticking, the silence is spreading, and the world needs your sound to stay alive. Your voice is your revolution, your resurrection, your resistance, your rise. Your voice is you, unchained, unapologetic, unstoppable. So rise up, take the mic, lift your head, open your mouth, and let the world finally hear what silence tried to bury. You are the voice we've been waiting for. Now speak. The world does not need another quiet soul hiding behind fear, pretending everything is fine. The world needs your broken truth, your raw honesty, your fierce heart that dares to speak even when it trembles. The world needs your story because your story is medicine, not just for you, but for others, walking the same silent road, believing no one understands but you do. And when you speak that truth, you break the illusion of isolation for them too. You become a mirror in which they see their own courage waiting to rise. So many people carry untold stories buried beneath shame and silence, but your voice can dig them out like buried treasure every time you speak. You remind others they are not alone. Your pain is not pointless. Your voice gives purpose to the things you've survived, to the tears you cried, to the moments you almost gave up. Your voice says, I made it, and so can you. And that is how healing begins. One voice, one truth, one brave act of speaking up at a time. We have let fear lead for too long. We have let approval define worth for too long. But approval is a trap and silence is the cage, and the only way out is your voice, real and unfiltered. Even when your words feel messy, even when your truth scares you, even when you fear judgment, say it anyway, because someone needs the version of you that's not polished. Not perfect, but powerful in your authenticity. You are not responsible for how others receive your truth, only that you speak it. Speak not just to be heard, but to free yourself from the weight of pretending your voice was meant to fly, not be shackled by expectation. Your voice was meant to echo, not just in rooms, but in hearts, in history. In the future, your voice is how you leave a mark, not carved in stone, but carved in souls and memories and lives forever changed. You are not invisible. Your voice makes you visible. Your voice makes you real. Your voice makes you whole. We have been taught to silence ourselves, to shrink our dreams, to compress our passion, to package our truth into something more palatable for others. But truth was never meant to be served cold. It was meant to burn through lies and blaze a trail of clarity. Your voice can do that if you let it. The world is not changed by those who stay quiet. It is changed by the rebels, the artists, the truth tellers, the ones who speak, even when it costs them everything, but gain their freedom in return. You cannot live fully while hiding who you are. You cannot love deeply while holding your truth hostage. You cannot inspire while shrinking your light so others feel comfortable. Your voice is not a weapon. It is a tool, a torch, a song, a sunrise. It brings light where there was darkness, warmth where there was cold movement, where there was stagnation. When you speak, the right people will find you. Your tribe will rise around your truth. Your voice will call them home, because real recognizes real and truth attracts truth. You are not too much. Your story is not too heavy. Your voice is not too loud for the ones meant to hear it. They will lean in, they will listen, and they will thank you for giving them the courage to do the same. And even if no one listens at first, speak anyway, because you're not speaking for applause, you're speaking for liberation. Every word you release frees you from the prison of silence. Speak when you're scared. That's when it matters. Most speak when you're shaking. That's when it transforms. Speak when you think no one will care, because that's when someone who needed you the most just might hear you and decide not to give up. Your voice is more than sound. It's your soul made audible, and your soul was never meant to be silenced. The day you begin to speak your truth without flinching is the day you become unstoppable, unbreakable, unforgettable. Speak, because your silence benefits no one, not even you. Speak, not to be safe, but to be free, not to avoid conflict, but to create connection, not to impress, but to express, because in the end, your voice will be what remains long after your body has faded. Your voice will echo through those you touched, through the moments you dared, through the times you chose truth over comfort. Your voice is your legacy. Make it count. Let it be a symphony of courage, a chorus of fire, a melody of resistance. You don't need a microphone to make impact. You just need honesty. You just need to show up for your truth again and again and again until it becomes natural, until it becomes undeniable, until it becomes the sound of your freedom ringing loud and proud into every corner of the world. You are not here to be silent. You are not here to be agreeable. You are here to be authentic, to be brave, and to be loud when necessary, soft when needed, but always, always real. Your voice matters because you matter. Your voice is your right, your power, your birthright to shape the world in your image, not theirs. Every time you speak, you write the story instead of being written. Every time you speak, you reclaim a piece of your power, a piece of your purpose, a piece of your peace. So don't stop, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Speak when the world tries to silence you. Speak louder when they try to shame you. Speak stronger when they try to ignore you. Speak anyway. Speak because someone's life might depend on it. Speak because your future self is watching, hoping you'll be brave enough today to change everything for them tomorrow. You have stayed quiet long enough now. Rise now, roar. Now release the words that have been trapped inside you for too long. Say what you need to say. Be who you need to be. Declare your truth unapologetically. Let your voice echo with all the force of your lived experience, because nothing is more powerful than a human being who knows their truth and dares to speak it. Your voice is the revolution. Your voice is the rebirth. Your voice is the permission the world is waiting for. Don't let fear rob us of your brilliance. Don't let silence steal the fire inside you. Speak up. Speak out. Speak now. Speak always, because your voice matters. It always has, and it always will. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories and life-changing insights. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a moment that could inspire your journey. Your support means everything. Thank you for being part of this community.